Good morning, my name is Andy and I'm from Free Spirit Photography, and in this video I'm going to talk about what not to do in your first photography vlog, or any vlog for that matter, for the first time. This is my third attempt at recording my first vlog, so it could be my third vlog, but really it's the first one I'm going to put out onto YouTube. Now, I went out last week in the Beast from the East storm. As we all know, it was very, very cold, and the weather conditions were very challenging, and probably some of the most challenging conditions I've ever been out and photographed in. Not only did I go out to photograph though, I went out to record a vlog. I took my vlogging camera, which I'm recording with now. I took my Fujifilm X-T2 camera here. I took with me also my Phantom 4 Pro drone here, which I'm really hoping to use again soon. And obviously to control that with the controller for it, the iPad, my newer carbon fibre tripod, which I'll talk about another time, which is also a new piece of equipment, and my Phantom 4 Pro Polar Pro filters for the drone. My intention was a bit ambitious in the circumstances. I wanted to test out the drone with the Polar Pro filters, fly it over the forest, fly it over the North York moors, and get some really beautiful footage of the snow up on the hills. And it is a stunning, stunning location to capture in the snow. And I'll put some video in here of a previous recording I did when I went up in the last snow we had in January. However, I hadn't accounted for the severity of the weather and the complexities of recording a first vlog in extreme weather conditions. What follows in this video is my experience of that and what I've learned what not to do, and I'm passing that on to you because there's some quite tough lessons to be learned here, because I nearly damaged quite a bit of my equipment on the first time I ever took it out to record a vlog with. And I'd just like to add, in case all that equipment wasn't enough to take out, I also had my phone, which I'm using as an audio recorder. It works very well as an audio recorder, normally. And obviously my lav mic, which I'm recording with here. Now, I found that I tested it out numerous times before I went out. I tested it out in the car on the first shot, which you'll see when in the next stage of this video. The recording quality was stunning, it was perfect on the first clip. I tested it out, it worked fine. When I came home, after several hours out in the sub-zero temperatures and all the battling with the weather, I found that the rest of my clips had a very annoying electrostatic crackling noise and distortion all the way through, and were unusable. Hence why I'm not using those audio clips for this, but I will show you briefly some of the problems I had with it. Hello, good afternoon YouTube. I'm Andy from Free Spirit Photography. We are coming out today at the end of February in the snow. I'm bringing out the DJI Phantom 4 Pro drone. I'm hoping to do a bit of flying over the North York moors, as it's particularly beautiful in the snow. We will have to see how far up there I get, because there's a lot of snow here at the moment, and I'm a little bit intimidated about going up in the hills in my vehicle, which isn't a 4x4. We're going to go up there, see what we're going to find, and hopefully fly the drone for a little while if the wind isn't too bad and I can drive in the snow. So I'll catch you shortly. Okay, so as we can see, we arrived at the destination successfully. I parked up at the entrance to Dolby Forest. The road ahead said road closed, and I wasn't sure how bad it was. So I got out, I parked at the entrance to it. I got my drone out, flew that around for maybe 10 minutes, and spoke to quite a few passers-by, and they assured me that the road ahead was clear. So I got the tripod out and put my vlogging camera on top of that. And of course at this point it was clear. There wasn't any snow blowing, it was quite reasonable weather. By the time I got it set up and started actually capturing some footage, a blizzard had blown up out of nowhere. And I thought, okay, I'll try and I'll carry on and I'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, as you can see, it didn't last very long. The winds blew over my tripod with the camera on top of it and all went tumbling to the floor. At this point, I had my drone up in the air and I had to get that on the ground as well, so that didn't blow away. So the first priority was getting the drone on the ground and then sorting out the vlogging camera. So I was trying to mess around with my drone, with the microphone, with the audio recording, with getting the vlogging camera going, all in the middle of probably one of the worst winter storms in recent history. So I think it's safe to say that I didn't choose the best day for making a first vlog that was so complicated. I've come out to try and get some video footage of flying my drone. However, it's just decided to blow up a blizzard again. So I'm going to get the drone up in the air. Hopefully you can see some footage of that in a minute. And I'll see if I can get some video footage on the drone as well. The snow and the wind is brought up again. So I'm going to just turn the camera around and you can see the snow in that direction. So I'm going to very quickly take it up in the air, get a little bit of footage. I've got the solar pro filter on it as well, polar pro filter. So this is a bit of a risk because the wind's getting quite strong now and the drone isn't waterproof. So I'm just going to take it up into the air. It's Phantom 4 Pro. So it wasn't the best start, it's a bit of an understatement. I went after this and got all my stuff back in the car, dried everything off and checked it was still working. Fortunately, I only had a little scuff on my vlogging camera and everything else was fine. I'd been having intermittent troubles with the video feed on my Phantom 4 and I'd read online that this could be due to the memory card. So I took the memory card out of the drone and put it somewhere in my car. This was a bad idea because I still can't find it today and the footage I took of that day has disappeared, so I can't share that with you unfortunately. Hi, and I'm back in the car again now. I went out, tried to fly the drone, got the camera set up on the tripod. We had a big gust of wind blew up and a load of snow and blew the tripod with this camera over on the floor. Unfortunately, the camera is still working, as you can see. Unfortunately, there's a tiny, apart from tiny scuff, there's no damage to the camera. However, I should have put the tripod on wider legs. I don't really like carbon fibre tripod, this one. And it's a lesson for the future. I'm glad I didn't have my Fuji X-T2 on it, because that would have gone down with a bigger bang. Lesson for the future: when you're shooting in windy conditions with a tripod, set it on a wider feeding position, weigh it down with something like your camera bag or something else if you can't do that. But ideally, set the feet as wide as you can get it, or use a heavier tripod. I have a really light carbon fibre tripod, which is great for travel. Less great for using in gale force winds in the middle of winter. So far, I've got very little drone footage done. I do have a bit, and I wanted to show you that. However, at the moment the weather is too too windy to actually try that with, so I'm going to just drive a bit further down the hill from here and see if there are any photography opportunities if I can use that, or I can still fly the drone down there. As I'm looking at it at the moment, the winds are picking up, the snow's picking up. I'm quite a high altitude here, and although I'm not far from home, I don't have a desire to be sat in the car here all night if I get snowed in. So I'm going to have a little drive down to the next part of the forest, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so I've come a bit further down the lane here into Dolby Forest. I want to actually get the camera out for a minute. There's some pretty impressive shots here that I could get of the snow on the branches of the trees. I know, and the sun's just at the right angle now to reflect across them and actually get something that could make a decent shot. I'm not going to bother with a tripod because the weather is too unpredictable, and I'm going to miss a shot if I take too long faffing around. I'm just going to flip you around and hopefully you can see I get some idea of what I'm going to attempt to do here. So yeah, I'm just going to get out, do some shots, and then I'll come back and we'll go down to the next stage. Hello again, I've come now into the heart of Dolby Forest. The weather has decided to take a severe turn for the worse. I've given up on trying to fly the drone today. There's just too much snow, wind and wetness really, and so I've come out again with the camera this time. I've seen some decent compositions. I'll post them up later on, so excuse the view through the car window here. But I'm pretty sure you can see here that there's a good amount of snow falling at the moment. There's a pretense at some blue sky up here even. So I'm optimistic. We may get a reasonable sunset. The weather is significantly worse than it was before. I'll try and show you out the window of the car here. I'm sat in the car, but it's at the moment I can't see anything. Well, if you made it to this stage of my video, thank you for persevering. It's not the easiest video to watch some of it because the audio quality is terrible in some parts, where I had to use the on-camera audio because my other audio file is corrupted. Now, getting to the point of the video. When you're making your first photography vlog, let's try and keep it simple. I didn't, and it got me into all kinds of trouble, including losing my memory card. So I'd say, take one camera, one lens, tripod, and your vlogging camera, not forgetting your audio recording equipment. Already you'll find that is more than enough to deal with, without having to worry about too many other things. Go out on a nice day, when it's not blowing a storm, when it's not raining or snowing, and you don't have to think about so many other things. You want to really try and focus on what you're doing rather than the weather. And I talked about the weather continuously through my film. And I don't think really that's what it's about. I'm not doing a weather broadcast here. It was meant to be a photography vlog. So try to keep it simple. Do something you already know. Make sure you know your equipment a bit before you go out. And just have fun with it. And I think really you want to be talking about your photography, a bit about your subject, a bit about the environment, where you are, and what your intentions are. It doesn't need to be terribly long, and you'll find that you spend hours and hours editing afterwards, because that takes quite a bit of getting used to, and synchronizing your audio. It's quite a lot of new skills to learn when you first start doing those vlogs. Now I found out the hard way, but hopefully you can go out there with your simple setup to a location you've already been to before and you've sussed it out and know what you want to take. Just keep it simple, keep it going, enjoy yourself and have fun. Okay, thank you very much for watching this so far. I've got some photos at the end of it if you'd like to see them. If you like what you've seen, subscribe to the channel, like it, and I'll be back for some more in the near future. Thank you.